Comrade Chairman of this meeting, Comrade Horace Daly, stalwart of the People's National Party and my good friend. Comrade Member of Parliament, former party leader, a man who, when he addressed us tonight, spoke some profound truths, and who I continue to admire and rely on for good advice, Comrade Dr. Peter David Phillips. Comrade General Secretary, Comrade Officers, Comrade Members of Parliament, Comrade Councillors and Councillor Candidates, Comrade Workers, Comrade Warriors, Stalwarts, Foot Soldiers, and Generals of the People's National Party. I must tell you, it is a good day, and I am glad to be here. Comrade Dennis Gordon, respect, sir. I am very, very happy that on this occasion tonight, due process having been duly followed, the Constitution of the People's National Party having been applied meticulously, the delegates of East Central St. Andrew have duly chosen Comrade Dennis Gordon to be your candidate in the next general election for the People's National Party. Comrades, big up Comrade Dennis Gordon. And you know, as has been said, the process has been seamless. Dennis, the truth be told, has been de facto groomed for this position and has been grooming himself for this position for some time. Dr. Phillips has made way for that, has created space for that. And while he remains Member of Parliament and still sits in Gordon House, he has ensured that Dennis is well prepared and ready for the task at hand. Comrades, as has been said, this constituency of East Central St. Andrew has been in the column of the People's National Party for many, many years. It has been represented by great leaders in the past. And I am saying to you tonight, I expect each and every one of you who are voters in this constituency and who are workers for the People's National Party in East Central St. Andrew, put your full support behind Dennis Gordon. Do the necessary political work on the ground to ensure that when the time comes, we are going to be seeing again East Central St. Andrew in the column of the People's National Party and Dennis Gordon walking proudly with me to Gordon House. Dennis, I don't need to tell you, but I'll say it anyway. Don't take anything for granted. Not because we have won this seat so many times. The people always have to speak their mind again by putting the X beside the head. And we will never take that for granted. In South St. Andrew, just round the road from here, we don't take the voting of the people for granted either. We are always looking for ways to expand our support base, building relationships with the people. And Dennis, I know you know what it takes to do that. You have been a successful councillor for many years. You have done the political work for many years in this constituency in various capacities. And I have every confidence that you will put in the effort and show the diligence and commitment and love for the people that will ensure your victory when the time comes. You are a quality candidate. As has been said, you have created a very successful business, a business that continues to innovate and develop new partnerships and relationships that are going to help your customers and clients going forward. We need people of quality in our party to represent our party so that we can form a quality government And that is why I'm very pleased with the way our selection process has been going. It has not been an easy road. And you know, our parties are parties. Sometimes we're a little unruly. And we are very passionate about what happens in the People's National Party. But I say to each and every one of us, have your eye on the bigger prize. Put the party's interests first. Put the country's interests first. And when we're dealing with the selection process, don't do anything that would undermine the image and reputation of the party and the confidence that the people must have in us in order to vote for us in the next general elections. Comrades, Jamaica is really going through the most difficult times. We have a government that has lost the confidence of the people. The polls show that the People's National Party has been recovering dramatically, moving up over 10% in 8 months and actually passing the Jamaica Labour Party for the first time since 2015. Comrades, the Jamaica Labour Party government, when we told them to cushion the crisis, when inflation was raging coming out of the pandemic, and told them to spend an additional 2% of GDP on support for the people, and to slow the path of debt reduction, not abandon debt reduction. Dr. Phillips and I certainly know the importance of achieving a sustainable level of public debt, and all the hard work to achieve that was done under his leadership in finance between 2012 and 2016. And we brought it down from 147% to 115%. But it don't make sense when the house is burned down, you say, boy, I want to save the fire extinguisher, you know. You must use a fire extinguisher and ensure that the house can be lived in going forward. And in this country, when the times are rough, we have to make adjustments for the people. Not to lose sight of our longer term objective. Not in a way to compromise or in any way prejudice our longer term objective. But today is what matters in order to achieve tomorrow. So we said to them, push on the crisis. They didn't do it. And now, comrades, at a time when the people are feeling it, a time when prices are so high, cost of living gone up, food so hard to find, medicine out of reach, sending children to school is a daily struggle. And they've announced this massive increase in salaries for cabinet ministers, the prime minister, members of parliament, and the leader of the opposition. The People's National Party, the opposition, had no say in that matter. We were not consulted. We were not asked our views. It was not an offer made to us. Parliament convened on Tuesday this week gone. And Nigel Clark, the Minister of Finance, stood up and told the country what each of these positions would now be earning. And it's a very difficult pill for the country to swallow. I must say to you, I have spoken on this up to yesterday in a press conference, and I've made my personal position clear. But it's unjustifiable for Jamaica to be paying its political class at levels which are way out of whack of our regional peers. Countries like Bahamas, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, and so on. Countries that enjoy much higher levels of income per capita than we do. Countries that have achieved higher levels of growth than we have. How do we justify giving such a huge increase overnight to the political class? Especially when so many public servants felt hard done by and aggrieved by the restructuring. Not the ones at the top who did very well, not the ones at the bottom who got a percentage increase, which we must say we're happy for them, but the majority in the middle, the rank and file, the teachers, the police officers, the correctional officers, and so on. They have said it, that they are not happy with the way it was done or the outcome. So comrades, this thing has to be revisited. The government needs to wheel and come again. Now, there must be, I think, an acceptance that people are making decisions on behalf of the people who are running the country and expending public resources and who are elected by the people to do that, they must receive reasonable remuneration. That, I think, should not be a matter for debate. But there must be balance. The thing must not be so outrageously high that the rest of the people in the country feel that this is just an instance of politicians looking after themselves and not after the people. So I say to the Jamaica Labour Party government, revisit this issue. You chose to fix salaries off of the highest subcategory of the highest band in the public sector wage scale under the new restructuring. And the result has been huge increases never seen before, as far as I'm aware, in the history of Jamaica for elected officials. The country is not accepting it. We must not go forward with it in this form. Revisit it, adjust it appropriately, consult widely, and come with a better, more palatable package that is proportionate to how our economy is performing and that the people will feel is justified. Comrades, the People's National Party is well poised to win the next election. Well poised. However, it will not just come and fall in our laps. First of all, we must all see ourselves as a united and cohesive team looking to take over government with a commitment to do right by the Jamaican people and right by the party that has put us where we are. And the policy matrix that we must pursue, the priorities that we must agree on, must be those things which are going to help transform Jamaica in the way that Dr. Phillips articulated tonight. Based on principles of equity, principles of inclusion, principles of participation through consultation, principles of equality of opportunity and access to opportunity. But we know that there are areas where the society is falling down, where Jamaica is not moving in a direction that will ensure that we achieve the greatness which is our destiny. The school system, from early childhood through primary, is delivering poor outcomes. Too many children are leaving primary school, going into secondary school, who do not have the basics to make them ready for the secondary school curriculum. They can't read, they can't write, they can't handle basic arithmetic. We must fix the early childhood and primary school system. It must be a priority of the People's National Party to deliver a first-class early childhood and primary school system as the base of the education system in the country. And comrades, we also need to prepare our schoolers when they leave. Those who may not want to go into university must be having access to quality training for jobs that are being created in the 21st century economy, in Jamaica and globally. The way that the Heart Trust has been treated by this government is shameful. It lost its way. It didn't even have a board, a functioning board, for a long period of time. And the fact of the matter is that the private sector is saying they can't find trained workers for the jobs that are being created, and they want to import labor from outside the country. That is madness. We must revisit that, and the next PNP government must put resources behind vocational training and skills training so that our youths who want to work, who want to get decent, well-paying jobs, have the necessary skills that can attract investment to the country. So we have a labor force that is very productive and that can generate the wealth to make Jamaica a much wealthier country where the people can feel comfortable and live a good quality of life. These are fundamental issues that the People's National Party must address when we next come into government. Crime and violence is another area, a critical issue where the Jamaica Labour Party has lost its way. All they know about is coercive methods, extreme methods, states of emergency as a policing tool. And we've seen that they have become so normalized that they almost have no impact. And certainly if you look at the crime statistics, since they came to office in 2016, The murder rate in the country has been at least 25% higher than the average when the PMP were in office between 2012 and 2016. And we didn't rely on aggressive militarized policing. There is a role for that type of policing, yes, because we have some man out there who don't respect anything else. But the key to this thing must be dealing with the issues on the ground that foment reprisals and other violence, and investing in the people from an early age so that the youths who are leaving school are trainable and can go into employment and get decent jobs and build a better life for themselves and their families. That is why Dr. Peter Phillips developed the Peace Management Initiative. It is an initiative which involves engaging with persons in the communities who have respect on the ground and who know what's going on, training them and mobilizing them so that they can engage in situations where there's a conflict and try to nip it in the bud and ensure that it doesn't lead to this circle of reprisals, which is the source of so much of the killing in the country. The Jamaica Labour Party government has abandoned the Peace Management Initiative. They defunded it. We still have to use people from PMI to resolve issues on the ground because we know them and we know what they can do. Up to today, I was in Hannahtown with persons who have had that skill and have played that role in the past, trying to settle a situation on the ground in Hannahtown. The next PNP government will have to revisit those things. Unite for change, bringing all stakeholders together to try and solve the issues of youths at risk and give them a new way forward by retraining, vocational training, mentorship, preparing them for citizenship and the world of work. We must invest in our people and uplift our people and increase their productivity so that they can compete and Jamaica can compete on the global stage and generate wealth. It's a travesty that we have one of the lowest GDP per capita in the region. We shouldn't be doing that. Jamaica is blessed in so many things and such talented people. Comrades, it is my mission that when blessed with the responsibility of leading this country, we will prioritize the things that are going to really move Jamaica forward. The Jamaica Labour Party has lost the plot. They're good at PR. They're good at naming people to economic growth councils, very wealthy people, or naming people to be ambassadors to generate investment. But the truth of the matter is those things are just effectively PR exercises, because until you deal with the nuts and bolts and fundamentals, the structural issues that are holding us back as a nation, we will never be able to move forward in the way that we should. The People's National Party understands those issues, and we are going to tackle them resolutely when we next form government, so that our children and our grandchildren and our great-grand will be able to live in a country which is worthy of staying here, not running to foreign, because Jamaica is producing jobs and producing opportunities, and is a place where you can live safely and live freely, where your rights are respected, where the government is looking after the people, and where everybody is somebody. Comrades, that is the journey that we are on. It is an important journey for the future of our country. This is not a simple thing or a trivial thing. This is a very serious business, because Jamaica could easily, if it continues the way it is, increasingly disintegrate through social lack of cohesion and upheaval. It almost feels like we're on a knife edge, because the Jamaica Labour Party is alienating itself from the people of Jamaica, and is trying to bring us along with them in that. Well, me not in that with them. Me not in that with them. We are not them, and they are not us. We have a different vision for Jamaica. We have a different style of politics. We are an inclusive democratic movement that believes in putting people first. People power, that is the democracy that Dr. Phillips just spoke about. It's in our constitution, in the rights that our delegates have. as long as the constituency is recognized, meaning that they've done the political work to organize it, and they have functioning groups in the divisions that make up the constituency. So comrades, the road is not an easy road. Every day we make progress and we also slip a little bit. But I would say overall, when we look at the situation, we can see light at the end of the tunnel. We can see that the people are seeing the People's National Party again as an effective political movement. They want more from us. They want more unity. They want more fixity of purpose. They want more clarity of policy. And we can give them those things because we have it within us to give them. Comrades, I look forward to working with Dennis Garden to deliver East Central St. Andrew. I look forward to South St. Andrew and Southwest St. Andrew and other constituencies working with Dennis Garden, with the comrades of East Central, because we're not taking a thing for granted, but we're going to make sure that victory will be ours the next time round. Comrades, 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 the word is love.